Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And I'm already cracking up today because I'm sure this is going to piss a lot of people off. But anyway, before we get into the topic, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. So I'm sure this topic is already turning people's heads. I'm sure some Laker fans are like, I cannot even believe that this guy has the nerve, the courage, the chutzpah to put a topic like this out here. But you better believe I will, and I want you guys to hear me out because I think it's going to be pretty interesting. So we recently did a video asking the question, are the Lakers in deep trouble with Russell Westbrook as their point guard? As soon as they made that trade, I was amongst the people in sports media that said, I'm not sure how all of this is going to work, right? I understood all the other pieces that they picked up, made a lot of sense, and I think they built a very good roster. But then you airdrop or whatever you trade Russell Westbrook, you bring him in, and I'm like, Westbrook? Have people been paying attention to how Russell Westbrook plays basketball? Have you looked at all of these different things? But nevertheless, the Lakers still decided they wanted to pull off that trade. And since then, I've been asking, were the Lakers in deep trouble after making that move? Now, we all know that Russell Westbrook is a walking stat machine. For God's sakes, I think 3 or 4 out of the last 5 seasons, Russell Westbrook has averaged a triple-double. We know he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is definitely one of the most electrifying basketball players probably ever to watch. Some people have argued, is he the most athletic point guard in the history of the NBA? Some people will argue when Derrick Rose was healthy, it'll probably be Derrick Rose, but Russell Westbrook he's all of that and a bag of chips. However, the issue with Westbrook has always been, does this guy play winning basketball? For as electrifying as he is, for all of the triple doubles, all of those different things, can this guy play winning basketball? And that's been the number one knock on his guy, on Russell Westbrook. Westbrook, if you watch him play, he makes a lot of mental errors. If you look at some of the plays that he makes, you sit back and you ask yourself, you're scratching your head like, why did he just make that play? Like, why did he just force that pass, right? And whenever he's kind of pressed about it, when media members try to ask him questions about it, he gets very, very defensive, right? He gets very defensive. He can become very condescending to media members for asking, like, hey, Russell Westbrook, why did you make this particular play? Why did you? He gets very defensive about that. And I think that's going to be one of the reasons, that part of his personality, where he seems to be averse to criticism, I think is going to be one of the issues that the Lakers are going to have to deal with. Because there's going to reach points in the season where LeBron James is going to say, bro, what in the hell are you doing? And if Russell Westbrook is not open or receptive to constructive criticism, they're going to have an issue, right? Because I think LeBron can only take so much. And this is the guy the Lakers signed up for to be their point guard. So I want to put some of Russell Westbrook's stats with the Lakers in a perspective. And obviously, this is the preseason. None of these games count. But the preseason kind of gives you a feel of what to expect. It doesn't mean that because the Lakers are playing poorly in the preseason, that doesn't mean that it's going to carry over into the regular season. But in the 4 games that Russell Westbrook has played with the Lakers, he has had 22 turnovers. He's averaging 4.4 turnovers per game. If he keeps at that clip, he most likely will be in the top 5, top 3 in leaders in the leaders in the NBA in turnovers. You can't have that on a championship team. You just can't have that. But it doesn't stop there. Russell Westbrook's preseason numbers are horrendous. They're horrendous. And I'm not surprised. In the preseason, Russell Westbrook is averaging, let me just give you guys his preseason numbers. He's averaging 9.5 points. Fine. He's playing with LeBron, AD, Carmelo Anthony, all of these different guys. So one can expect his scoring to go down, and he's only playing 23 and a half minutes per game. So that's understandable. Here's my issue. Russell Westbrook is shooting 35% in the preseason. 35%. He's shooting 36% from the three-point line, which is abysmal. And he's shooting 60% from the free throw line. And I just looked at the average actually that they have here on NBA.com, and they're saying he's averaging 5.8 turnovers a game. So there's some turnovers that I missed. That's an alarming amount of turnovers, and those are terrible numbers if we're talking from an efficiency standpoint. Which brings me to my trade proposal. You know, some people like to make trade proposals for the Clippers, and Nick Wright said, maybe we can trade Kyrie and get Marcus Morris and Nicholas Batum and Reggie Jackson. Okay, now it's my turn. So here's what I think the Lakers should do. I think the Lakers should try to trade Russell Westbrook for Kyrie Irving, and I'm dead serious. I'm not trying to troll you guys or nothing like that. I'm dead serious. I really think they should try to get Kyrie Irving and try to trade away Russell Westbrook. Truly, I really believe that. First of all, LeBron James and Kyrie Irving already have chemistry together. They already have a history together. Why? Because they won a championship together. Now, obviously, they parted ways, but they know each other. They played with each other, and their games complemented each other very well. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to win an NBA championship. And some people can argue that if Kyrie Irving was available, I think for that first go round, they would probably have 2 NBA championships together. That's conceivable, right? They have chemistry together. That's number one. Number two, Kyrie Irving is in a completely different universe when we're talking about efficiency. He's in a completely different planet by himself if we're going to compare the two players. Last season, Kyrie Irving averaged 27 points. I don't want you to focus on the points. I want you to focus on the efficiency. He shot 51% from the field, 40% from the three, 92% from the free throw line. And by the way, he only averaged 2.4 turnovers a game. So Kyrie Irving, not only is he a more efficient scorer, he's a better scorer than Russell Westbrook. He's a better free throw shooter. He's a better three-point shooter, and he takes care of the ball, which is something Russell Westbrook just seems to like. He doesn't even care about taking care of the ball. Sometimes you watch some of those turnovers and you're like, what the hell is going on? So for me, if the Lakers were able to somehow get Kyrie, I think the Lakers are unbeatable. Because Kyrie Irving gives them so many things that they would need. Shooting, clutch shooting, a dogged player, very tough guy mentally as far as when he's on the court. And if you kind of swap him out for Russell Westbrook, you eliminate all of those issues. Because as the Lakers are currently constructed, I still have my questions about Russell Westbrook. I think level-headed Laker fans are looking at Russell Westbrook and saying, whoa, wait a minute, what is going on here? I'm sure there's some Laker fans out there that are a little bit concerned, because I would be concerned, right? If my goal is to win an NBA championship, I would be concerned. And if I could move Russell Westbrook for Kyrie Irving, I would. Now, some people will say, hey, man, you're trying to sabotage the Lakers, bro. Have you seen them stats? Did you hear what I just read off to you guys? I ain't got to sabotage nothing. Them numbers right there and them turnovers and those decision-making, especially in late games. If you're going to have Russell Westbrook in a late game in fourth quarters, good luck to you with that, man. So those are my thoughts. What I want to know from you guys, what do you think about this trade recommendation? I'm serious, by the way. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoy the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.